Christmas message has got so many parallels with Sai message. Last Sunday, we dealt on the same topic. In fact, we started last Sunday. This is the second in the series. Well, let me begin with a note. Jesus is born in a poor family. Why? He should have chosen a rich family for his birth. How is it that he is born in a family, in a poor family, very poor? But having been born in a poor family, Jesus has become King of Kings later. Here there are 2 points. He is born in a poor family so as to be accessible to everybody, so that anybody can approach him. Accessibility. If he is born in a rich family, in a royal family, well, he is not available to the common man. So Jesus wants to be with common people, Jesus is always found in the company of poor people, poor and the needy, the downtrodden. Suppose had he chosen some royal family, this Christian mission would not have been successful. The second point is, having been born in a poor family, he could rise to the position of King of Kings. The King of Kings does not mean geographical. King of Kings does not mean anything to do with royalty. The King of Kings does not mean power, position and wealth. Jesus has become king of what? Of one's own heart. Jesus is the king of the soul. Jesus is the king of the spirit. Jesus is the Lord of the kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven is within you. So the kingdom of heaven which is within me is under the domain of Jesus the Lord. So King of Kings, we have to take it that way. He is the king of the kingdom of heaven which is within you. In other words, it is a state of attainment of a spiritual aspirant, of any seeker. In fact, take anybody, Adi Shankara. People call him Maharaj. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Maharaj. Almost all saints are Maharajas, kings. They don't have any property. They wear only akar robes. They don't stay at any particular place. They stay in a forest. They stay in a hermitage, in a hut. Very simple living. But people call them Maharajas, King of Kings, great king. Why? So, their kingship has got nothing to do with properties. Their kingship has nothing to do with any of the acquisitions or worldly possessions. Their kingship belongs to the realm of human heart. Their kingship belongs to the kingdom of heaven which is within you. Meaning, they had ordinary birth. By continued sadhana, they could attain that position of kingship. So Jesus is the Lord. Jesus is divine, and He has placed before us the ascent of man to the state of the divine. He has become divine himself, which is a possibility for any sincere seeker, for any sincere aspirant. So that is second angle, the way we have to look at it. When Jesus is born, the news has come to 4 types of people. We have such people right now among us. Because birth of Jesus Christ is not merely a historical fact. Birth of Jesus Christ is a spiritual happening. It is a happening. I don't put it a past tense. Birth of Jesus Christ is not a past tense. Birth of Jesus Christ is present continuous. Jesus is born in every moment of life. The Christmas is to be celebrated in every moment of our life. And the birth of Jesus Christ has come to the knowledge of 4 sets of people. Let us take Jesus as an avatar. Jesus as an avatar. Yes, he is an avatar. Because the divine has come down in a human form. The descent of God for the ascent of man. The ascent of man is possible when God chooses to descend on earth. His descent is for our ascent. Let us understand it clearly. So Jesus is an avatar. And this avatarhood of Jesus, the birth of Jesus, is not correctly understood by 3 sets of people, while 1 set of people could enjoy, celebrate, and be in his company. All such things are happening even now. The first type of people, who are they? When once we say Bhagavan Baba is an avatar, we come across some people who are ready to fight with us. When we say Baba is God, there are people who will attack us, who will criticize us, who will condemn us. They don't leave us until we say, please leave me alone. Some people don't leave in spite of our repeated pleas. So there are some people that attack when we say Baba is God. Some people distance themselves, disown us when we say Baba is God. This is the first category of people. They may be new to us, but the history knows them well. Every avatar had this first-class set of people that deny him. First set of people that deny him, that disown him. They go to the extent of even killing him also. We hear of Kamsa, who always attempted to kill Krishna. See that? His own maternal uncle. He has not realized that Krishna is God. He could not know that Krishna is an avatar. But he wanted to finish him off. So Kamsa of Krishna avatar is head of the department of that category of people who deny God, who criticize God, ready to attack God, even finish him off. And in the process, they get finished. This first category. And even in Rama avatar, we have got Ravana there, opposition leader, who attacked him. So history knows such people. It's not the first time, no. Likewise, during the times of Jesus Christ, we have another head of the department of such critics, of such atheists, of such category of people that deny God, that reject God, who have hatred towards God. It's very unfortunate. if anyone says, I don't like sweets, what should we say? Something wrong with the tongue. Something wrong with the tongue. Everyone delicious sweets. No, I can't say, this sweet is bitter. I give you laddu. If you say it's bitter, oh, please get it checked up. Something wrong. But this hatred is because of jealousy. This hatred is because of competitive spirit. This hatred is because of ego. This hatred is because of foolishness. This hatred is because of reliance on physical strength. People rely on their physical strength. Come on, I can fight. Nobody is ready to fight with you. Please fight with your own self. Nobody. So those that rely on the body, those that rely on the mind, well, those that rely on the mind are egoistic. Those that depend on the physical body are muscular. Naturally, they deny God. They don't accept God. And it was King Herod, who denied God after hearing the birth of Jesus Christ. Somebody said, O King, the King of Kings is born. O King Herod, the King of Kings is born. Herod himself is a king. When I am the king here, how can there be another king? I have got thousands of years to live. If there is another king, what will happen to me? So his position is shaken and he is threatened. So when we face the threat, he will be shaken. So constant reliance on our position will always make you feel shocked and shaken to the bottom. So King Herod has no hatred towards Jesus Christ. He has attachment to his own position. When Christ is the King of Kings, what will happen to my kingdom? When you want to become the convener, what will happen to my position now as the convener or in charge of the veranda or whatever may be? I am in charge of the veranda. When you are trying for that position, what will happen to my position? So, instead of putting that Jesus had a kind of hatred towards, Herod had hatred towards Jesus. Let us put it this way. Herod had too much of attachment to his position. So those of us who are attached to our positions, naturally, God is number 2 in priority. Position is number 1. Yes. So Herod is shaken, threatened, because his position is under great threat, because a King of Kings is born there. So what did he do? Being the king, he sent orders. Let all newborn babies be killed. One ordinance. Finish. But he does not know. Infant Jesus could escape. His parents have taken him to some other place so that Herod could not find him. Same thing had happened to Krishna. When he was born, Kamsa sent all his messengers, come on, finish off. But Krishna could escape that, because they have come with a purpose to change them. They have come with a purpose to reform them. They have come with a purpose to transform them. So Krishna could escape from Kamsa. Jesus could escape from Herod, because he was taken away by his own parents. Therefore, my friends, first category are Herod category, that deny God, that question God, that criticize God, who feel insecure, who feel threatened. Then the first category. Then the second category of people who have come to know the birth of Jesus Christ. when it was announced that Christ is born. Second category of people are priests, temple priests. Priests worshipping God in temples. They had no time to hear about Jesus Christ. Why? They are busy with the temple rituals, temple activities, worship. They represent the second category of people. Meaning too much of orthodoxy, too much of tradition, too much of ritualism will make you unaware of avatar. Simple example. Why Baba is not accepted by everybody? How is it that people don't understand Baba is God? Why? Even scholars, priests, temple priests, they don't experience Him. Why? Not that they are reluctant, not that they are against, not they are negatively disposed. No, they are busy. Priests are busy. Just, I am not criticizing. I am not given to that. I am just describing what I have seen. I had been to a very famous temple. Usually, all devotees go to the temple. What do? They join both the hands, close their eyes, pray silently, and thank God for all the money they have, for all the wealth they have, for all the blessings they have. While the priest will be looking at these devotees for the coins they would offer him. While devotees look at the God, priests look at the devotee. That is the tragedy. The priest stays there in the temple. Can't he look at the God? No. He looks at the devotees. How many people have come to the temple? How many have given me money? That is paradox. That is the irony of life. But if you ask the priest, do you know God? Yes. He will tell you 1,000 slokas. If you ask him, is this statue God? Why not? He will tell you 1,000 stories. Then why don't you pray to him? Why do you look at the devotees for the coins they give you? They have no time to think of God. They know offering prayers mechanically. They go on chanting mantras, something like a computer or a tape recorder. But they don't understand the depth of it. So priestly class represents orthodox people. Priestly class represents traditional people. Priestly class represents ritualistic people. So this ritualism or orthodoxy will make you unaware of avatar. That's why though people are there, priests, they don't immediately recognize avatar. This is the second category of people who do not notice, who do not bother, who are indifferent to avatar. That's what happened in Jesus' times also. Third category. When Jesus is born, this has come to the notice of few wise men. The Bible says 3, but maybe more. Let's not go by the number. The wise men could know the birth of Jesus Christ. They have come from different places to worship Him. They are guided by the star. They go to the place of birth of Jesus to see the babe of Bethlehem. Who is a wise man? It's not enough if I think I am a wise man. If anyone says I am wise, it is enough of proof to say that he is otherwise. No wise man would ever say I am wise. No. Therefore, my friends, the Bible explains who is the wise man. It clearly says, Gospel according to James, 3rd chapter, 13th verse. A wise man is the one who leads a good life by deeds done in humility. By deeds done in humility that comes from wisdom. Something like science law, science theory, mathematics theorem. Bible clearly explains a wise man who leads a life of humility, who leads a good life, whose deeds are born out of wisdom. 3 points are made very, very clear. And then what am I? How about my degrees? How about my degrees? This will naturally be a challenging question, my friends. What will happen to me? Why not? How do you say that I'm not a man of wisdom? I want to bring to your notice one important point. Wisdom is this, what I refer to you, quoting from the Bible. All the rest is knowledge. All the rest is knowledge. I have got so much of information. Please, knowledge, keep quiet. I have very little information or no information, but there is a transformation in me. Wisdom. I remember things. I got a computer brain, knowledge. I may not remember any. I will put into practice at least one. That is wisdom. I can think well. I can plan well. I can manage well. I can manipulate well. Knowledge. I can discriminate. I can judge. I know that my intuition tells me I am correct. That is wisdom. Wisdom is intuitive. Knowledge is just a scholarship. Therefore, 3 wise men have come to see him. What does it mean? Those who are intuitive. Because when I say wise man, you may ask me how many degrees they have. Are they PhDs? Are D.Litt.s? Are they from Oxford or Cambridge? They are all fellows of knowledge. But these wise men could know intuitively from within, feel in their heart, not think with their mind. When you start thinking with your mind, you are excellent in covering your ignorance. Ignorance is covered by knowledge. You know that? You talk to any knowledgeable man, a PhD or D.Litt. You tell him, sir, this, he'll say, I know. He doesn't know that we know that. But he will never say, I don't know. Because his knowledge will help him to cover his ignorance. Whereas wisdom will take out the ignorance. Wisdom will take out the ignorance. So, wise man. A wise man who will be free from ignorance. A scholar is the one who can conveniently cover his ignorance. Therefore, these are the wise men who could know the birth of Jesus Christ intuitively within. They could go and see him. What did they do? They gave him costly presents. Costly presents. I want to tell you, my friends, one important point here. In our personality, there are 2 centers. There are 2 centers in our personality. One center is mechanical center. The other center is magnetic center. I want your attention, please. There are 2 centers in our personality, everyone. One is mechanical center. The other is magnetic center. Is that so? I am not aware of it. We may not be aware of it. They are present. I don't feel it? Well, ignorance. What is mechanical center? What is magnetic center within every one of us? I hear everything that you tell me. I read everything that I come across. I read books. I listen to all kinds of things that are said to me. This is all mechanical center that will go to the head. Mechanical center will add information. All stuff. More garbage. Unnecessary stuff. So that is all mechanical center. Suppose you go on speaking to me. Well, I cannot say, please stop it. I cannot tell you, please leave me. And you are not prepared to leave me. What can I do? Mechanically hear you whatever nonsense you talk to me. Most of us do that. Mechanically hear many people. It's not meaningful listening. It is not attentive listening. Mechanical, helpless hearing. It's not listening. Listening is attentive. Hearing is helplessness. Supposing that some people you see in villages, they play gramophones at very high sound. High sound. You cannot ask them to stop it because they're local villagers. They will see that you are out. I can't stop them. I can't close my ears. What to do? Loud noise. Mechanically hear. So the mechanical center is one of helplessness. Mechanically things go in, that's all. That is the head. Whatever you say here. That is the reason for confusion. We mechanically allow everything. That's why we are confused. If anyone speaks anything that is not acceptable to you, we don't get away from there. We want to win the favor of everybody. If anyone argues, how do you say Baba is God? And he says, I have so many points. We just hear him mechanically. We can say, I know he is God. Please leave me. Go in your own way. Thank you. All the best. If you don't leave me, I'll offer you a cup of coffee also. We don't do that. Because we are used to this mechanical life. Our life is mechanical. Our life is not discriminatory. Our life is not decisive. Our life is not judgmental. It simply welcomes. We welcome everything to get into our stomach. So obesity is the problem. Then once we watch the TV in the morning, everyone speaks how to be slim and trim. Every Swamiji speaks of that. Why? That is a global problem. Because mouth has become only entrance. Welcome. Ice cream? Yes, 10 cups. Coffee? Yes, 10 cups. Come on, fill the garbage, that's all. Mechanical. Some people go on eating. If you ask them what are you eating, they can't say. Because the mouth is busy 24 hours.
I think they do.
Yeah, that's why I wonder when anybody says breakfast, were you ever fasted? No. You are eating continuously. If you fasted for some time, you can break and call it breakfast. When there is no break. Non-stop flights straight to New York. Therefore, my friends, mechanical life is that. We go on hearing. We find two people talking for hours and hours. What do they talk? We do not know. What he talks, speaker himself doesn't know. What the listener hears, well, I do not know except standing there because of courtesy, etiquette, decency and manners. Therefore, but what happens? He told me lots of things, he will say that. What are they? Let us meet tomorrow. This is mechanical process. Mechanical center goes on accepting that is said, goes on accepting that is heard, goes on receiving what is consumed. This is mechanical center, dealing with the head, information. But there is another center what you call magnetic center. The magnetic center is the heart. That which is precious will go in. That which is valuable will get in. That which is spiritual will get in. That which is everlasting, eternal, immortal, divine, that will be recorded. So all that is most precious, all that is most valuable will get into magnetic center, which is the heart. So head is the mechanical center, heart is the magnetic center. Therefore, 3 wise men went there to see the birth of Jesus Christ, meaning with their magnetic center functional. Those who have got their mechanical center functioning like temple priests, they go on chanting in the temples. Mechanical centers. Therefore, the wise people could know the birth of Jesus Christ because they could feel at heart the magnetic center. My friends, here I would like to inform you, draw your attention to another important feature. After what all that is happening over thousands of years is a process that goes on as the law of nature. Students of biology know pretty well. In the beginning there was matter, and then we have the plant world, then the animal world, finally human. Veda explains clearly. That's what Veda chant that you hear, day in and day out here. It explains the evolutionary process clearly. The sound, the wind, the water, the earth, plant, animal, human, all these details, step by step, are explained in Veda. Meaning of the chants, daily chants here. Now can you say, I have become a man in the course of evolution? Can you say that? It's not because of your effort. It's not anything to do with your skills or talents. Evolution has taken place automatically as the law of nature. You have no contribution. I cannot say, Mr. Anil Kumar, you don't know how I struggled hard as an animal to become a man. I will tell him you are still an animal, you do not know. So, animal becomes a man in the course of evolution with no effort. It is because it happens as the law of nature. This is what is called unconscious evolution. Unconscious evolution. Unconscious evolution is that which happens on its own without your will, without your effort, without your knowing, without your comprehension, without your action. In spite of you, it takes place. This is unconscious evolution. It takes place from age to age, from mineral matter to the plant world, the animal world, and human race. Unconscious evolution. Having been the human being, having reached the climax of this unconscious evolution, having been in its zenith, having been on the top of this evolution, what is our job now? Every human being, we are all on the top of this evolutionary process. Top doesn't mean we have to climb the mountain there, stand by the side of Hanuman. That top is different. What I mean is, on the top of evolution, mineral matter, plant, animal and man, the top of evolution, through the process of unconscious evolution. Now what am I to do now? Will things happen automatically? Hereafter? No. My dear man, understand, having reached the top as a human being, now comes in your effort. No, I don't make any effort. You repeat. Man, birth, death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatare sayanam, punarapi janani, jatare sayanam. So, birth and death is a cycle that goes on and on. Like some people who don't read March, September, supplementary exam, main exam, repeat. So our life will be like the Puranapi Janam. Repeat. Because we allow mechanical routine to happen. No, my friends. Here comes the role of the scripture. Here comes the role of avatar. Baba always tells you, always repeatedly tells us that we have to be aware of the divinity within. Yesterday I was telling, it is really a very pleasant surprise. None of us expected a discourse. Swami went on to say that we should have courage to say, I am God. Can we say that? When we say that, do we really mean it? When we mean it and say it out, do we live it? No. Therefore, we have to make a conscious effort to declare that I am God. This is called conscious evolution. So far, unconscious evolution. Having reached this stage, conscious evolution should take place. Conscious evolution calls for effort. Conscious evolution calls for sadhana. Conscious evolution calls for a disciplined life. Conscious evolution calls for expansion. It calls for love, sacrifice. Then you evolve into the divine. Therefore, my friends, there are two steps here. One is unconscious evolution, the second is conscious evolution. Our job now is to pass through conscious evolution so that man realizes that he is divine. Man experiences the divinity within. This is conscious evolution. And this is what is inner revolution. Inner revolution. So when wise men have gone there, they could know Jesus is born. They could know birth of Jesus Christ. 3 wise men from different directions have gone to the place, meaning conscious evolution. I go to Prashanti Nilayam. I go for darshan. I see Bhagwan. I read the scripture. I chant his name. This is all conscious evolution. To feel the divinity within. And then what did they do? They gave him costly presents, the gold, incense and bolam. 3 are given. 1 gold. Gold represents that which is most valuable. In all over the world, the bullion market, people care for the gold very much. The price may be increasing, but people want it because it is most valuable. So the wise men have offered gold to infant Christ. Meaning, what is most valuable? The most valuable is life. Nothing is more than the life. Supposing I tell anybody, I'll give you 1 lakh. Are you going to die now? I don't want it. I want to live. No, I'll give you 2 lakhs, please. No, what nonsense you speak it out. So nothing is more valuable than life. So when these wise men offered gold, means they are offering their life to the lotus feet of infant Christ. Am I clear? The second is incense. Incense is also offered to Jesus Christ by wise men. what will happen? We have incense sticks. You find fragrance all over the room, don't you? Incense sticks, camphor. Don't you find smell? Fragrance, aroma. Wonderful, beautiful smell. So, incense is offered to Christ by these wise men. What does it mean? Then once you offer your life is fragrant. Your life is aromatic. And it goes on spreading. When there's incense one where, you find it smell everywhere. So your life is going to spread. Your life is no longer limited to your body. Your life is going to be a joy to many. Your life is going to be a blessing to many. Your life is going to be an example to many. That people crave to be in your company. That's what incense meant. The third the wise men offered happens to be bolam. What is bolam? Bolam represents resurrection. 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 Meaning Christ died on the cross. He rose on the third day. So resurrection is bolam. So my friends, let's not go by the story value alone. We have to understand the inner significance that is the mode of worship. Baba explains the inner significance of everything that we do. Starting from yajna, right from the night prayer that you have to say before you retire. He gives you meaning about all that you are supposed to do the moment you get up from your bed. All our spiritual activities have got their inner significance. Suprabhatam, why? Suprabhatam actually meaning waking up. Does God ever sleep? If God sleeps, what will happen to us? He doesn't sleep. Watch Bhagavan, those who are with him will agree with me when I say he never sleeps. He simply tosses on bed. He never sleeps. Goes on tossing that way, this way. So those that sleep with him will have to be very careful. Because there in Bombay, Swami said, come to my room and sleep. I know it is a divine risk. I immediately said, Swami, I snore and I don't want to disturb you. He said, yes, you snore, I know, please go. So my snoring has helped me. Because it's very difficult to be awake and alert. Because he never sleeps. When he wants your services, we do not know. You should always be alert. So, snoring has become a matter of blessing to me. So, my friends, what I want to do your attention is, let us know. So, Suprabhatam, to wake up. Whom are you going to wake up here? Who is sleeping after all? God never sleeps. Then whom are you waking up? My friends, the self within me, the spirit within me, the consciousness within me is inactive. It is awakened. Because I was in deep sleep. That consciousness has to be awakened. That consciousness should come to experience. So you are awakening. That awareness is Suprabhat. So being aware of the consciousness is Suprabhatam or waking up. I think I am clear. That's what Suprabhatam. Because there are some people that claim, I sing Suprabhatam excellently. Please go on singing. Please do it. Record it. I wish you all the success. The singing and hymns are only mechanical.
the depth, the significance is becoming aware of one's own divinity. That's what Suprabhatam is. Worship of every deity, worship every mantra has a significance. And that has to be understood. Or else it becomes only mechanical center, as I told you. Therefore, my friends, Jesus' life is associated with so many details of this type. And every minute detail has a significance behind it. In Gospel according to John, 3rd chapter, verses 2nd, there Nicodemus tells all the members of the council that Jesus is a teacher, that Jesus performs miracles, and that he is God. Therefore, we may all be blind, but there are some with vision who can see him. These are all the things you have been doing are the signs of your divinity, tells Nicodemus, while all others could not know. During the childhood of Baba, while he was growing, many people thought that he is a madman. Many people ignored him. While a person, a great devotee of Shirdi Bhagavan, he came there. And when Baba started claiming that he is Shirdi reincarnate, and they called that officer to Bhagavan, young boy at that time. Immediately what Baba says, you have been worshipping me, but you have not recognized me. Meaning, you have been worshipping me as Shirdi Baba, and you have not recognized me as the reincarnate of Shirdi. Therefore, we may worship, but we may not know whom we worship. We may meditate, we may not know whom we meditate upon. Because we are lost in the process itself. Therefore, Nicodemus tells all the miracles that Jesus does are the proof of his divinity. That Jesus is divine. If anyone asks, is Baba God? We can tell him this, all that he does, only God can. All that he does, all that is accomplished as of now, only God, no human can ever do that. Even if we are gifted with 500 years of lifespan, we will not be able to do a fraction of what he has done. Therefore, all his actions are the proof of his divinity. As Nicodemus said, all that Jesus does is enough of proof of his divinity. And then again in John, Gospel John, chapter 3, verse 3, it is clearly said, unless you are born again, you cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. You cannot get into the kingdom of God unless you are born again. We are already born with one birth. Why should we be born again? Why? How does it help us? What do you mean by being born again? Somebody asks, oh Lord, I am already 90 years old. What do you mean by being born again? You want me to die now? Commit suicide and try for the next life? No. In Sanskrit there is a word dvija. Dvija, twice born. So even in this life we are to be born again. What is to be born again? We are born as a human. As Baba was telling yesterday, what is birth? Appearance of the body is birth. Disappearance of the body is death. while you are birthless and deathless. You are birthless and deathless. Your body has a birth, therefore body has a death. Yesterday he said, oh, beautiful. Because of immediate responsibility to translate, I had to do it. Because every sentence will make me get lost. Get lost. Contemplate on that statement. Sometimes it happens. And I had to be corrected, admonished, set on track. What to do? Because the divine statements are so precious. When he says there's no birth and death, what does it mean? There's a burial ground. If there's no death, how can there be burial ground? Chitravati road takes you straight. If there is no death, the whole land, they have no job to do. There is birth. If there is no birth, what is the job of gynecologist there in the hospital? Maternity ward. So there is birth, my dear Ranga. There is death. But to what? Not to you, to your body. This is the second life. Unless you are born again, meaning to know that I am not the body, to know that I am not the mind, to know that I am not the intellect, that I am what I am. What Baba says, I am I. I am I. I am no longer a man with a name. Yesterday I was telling, you say Rama, Krishna, Christ, Allah, Allah. These are the names given. But God has no name, nameless. Beyond. All names are beyond. Oh, public address system seems to be romantic. I am romantic and Mike is romantic. Therefore, my friends, names are given, but we are not born with a name. So I am not the name that is given to me by my parents. I am not the profession that I do. I am not the country where I stay. I am not the age either. I am not even the gender. Because the real I is neither man nor a woman. When one is in a deep sleep, can you say a man is in a deep sleep? Then something wrong with him. He is not in sleep at all. He is in imagination. A woman in deep sleep, can she say, a woman is in deep sleep, don't disturb me? She is pretending to be sleeping. So, in deep sleep, you are beyond the gender. So, you are not the gender, you are not the nationality, you are not the profession, you are not the name. Then what are you? I am I. So, that state, as to say I am I, is the rebirth, conscious evolution. So, all that had happened till now is unconscious evolution. Until the state of manhood, until the state of Homo sapiens, human race. Thereafter comes the conscious evolution. That would finally make us say, I am I. Therefore, my friends, when it is clearly said that the descent of God is for the ascent of man, when the Holy Bible says that you should be born again, meaning you have been living as a body, you have been living as an ego, you have been living as an expert, as a specialist, you should be born again so as to say, I am eternal, I am I. That's what it meant. Alright, sir, what do I get by all this? I can read some books, practice, earn little more. What do we get by this, all this? What is is that I get by conscious evolution. Unconscious evolution made me rich man. Yes. What is it? I get it. Yesterday Baba was telling. Because I am quoting from the latest discourse. Because we believe in latest designs and latest fashions, latest dresses, latest jewelry. We don't want outdated, outmoded, old fashions. No. What did he say? 1 0 has no value. If you put 1 by its side, it is 10. Put another 0, 100. Another 0, 1,000. Any number of zeros, come on. All of them have value. Provided there is number 1 there. Without 1, put any number of zeros. 0 is a 0. 100 zeros, thank you, 0. Any number of zeros. There should be number 1. So that 1 is the hero and you and I are zeros. To know that he is the hero is rebirth, unless I am born again. Unless you are born again, you cannot get into the kingdom of heaven. Meaning that I am a zero, that he is the hero. That is the second birth. That is the second life. That is a resurrection. And now here I would like to bring to your attention Gospel according to Matthew chapter 16 verse 26. It is clearly said, what if you gain the whole world without awareness? If you don't have this awareness, if you don't have this knowledge that I am I, what if you own the whole world? Chod do, after all, it's nothing. Give it up. It's penniless, worthless. That's what Matthew's Gospel says. Therefore, with this awareness, with this experience, all the rest that we have in life, they have value or else they lose their value. That's the reason why Swami says, Ihamuna sukhimpa hemataraka vidya. The knowledge to be successful in this world. Paramana sukhimpa brahma vidya. To be successful in the life after death, it is awareness. In this life, knowledge. Beyond life, brahma vidya, the awareness of the self. That's what Bhagavan says. Therefore, we should always strive hard that the life is valuable if only we have this awareness of the self. This is the point. In earlier days, when Swami used to talk frequently to everybody, when there is a huge crowd, Swami comes out of his interview room, Korikal Valaya, all those with desires have assembled here. The big gathering comprises devotees who have desires, petitions, memorandum, requests, prayers, submissions. Swami, my promotion. Swami, first child is to be born. Swami, eye problem, joint problem. Problems, problematic, that brought them here. That's what Swami's Korikalaya, their desires brought them here. He's totally vexed with this group with full of desires. He said in one of the poems in Telugu, there are crores and crores of people, but I don't find single sincere devotee. I am in search of a sincere devotee, said Baba. I don't know why he is in search. All buildings are full and accommodation people say no accommodation. Canteen people say that we can't serve you more, please come in time. But see, I am in search of devotees, I don't know, then who are we then? All badges are distributed, all lines are full, halls are full. But still, I am in search of a devotee, he says. It only means we can call ourselves devotees if we are really desireless. It is the desire that makes us devoted to the desire and not devoted to God. I am a devotee, but I am devoted to desire. But I am not devoted to God. That's why Baba said, just for population, census purpose, hundreds and hundreds crores of people are there. But I am waiting for one genuine, sincere devotee. This is not the problem of Baba only. It's not his own problem. No. It was the problem of Christ also. All incarnations had problems with the devotees. Yes. Romans 3rd chapter, 11th verse. It is clearly said, there is no one who understands. No one who seeks God. All have turned away. They have together become worthless. A package deal. All have become worthless. Romans 3rd chapter 11th verse. If I speak on my own, you may take me arrogant or egoistic or speaking some nonsense. No. Biblical, standard, scriptural sanction. Therefore, my friends, this Christmas should help us to be a true devotee. So that Baba will say that you are a devotee. But we are very intolerant. We can't wait until he says. Yes, I say that, okay, I am a devotee of Baba. Then we become questionable in the sight of others. That's what it is. So it is for Baba to say that you are a devotee. It is not for me to say I am a devotee. Am I clear? Because all of us say we are devotees. Then why should he be in such a devotee? It means none of us are true devotees from his point of view. Therefore he is searching tirelessly at the age of 82. This was the problem of Christ also. So birth of a Jesus Christ meant to strive to be a true devotee above the realm of desire. That's what it is said. Alright, there are many people who naturally get vexed with all this. Why all this? Getting up early in the morning and going for darshan which is uncertain. Sitting there for hours and hours. Hours and hours. Somebody was telling me, I don't know about liberation, but I know one thing of joint pains, they said. Why all this? And evening time from 2:30 till 7. What's all this? What for all this? Therefore, Holy Bible clearly tells this. My dear fellow, look here. There are two roads here. One is 80 feet road, 100 feet road. Very wide. Highway. Go freely. Many people in big cities like LA or Chicago, 68 vehicles can go straight like that. Any number. But there is also another lane, like London lanes or like Oxford or Cambridge, particularly Oxford, where the lanes are very narrow, very narrow. I wonder whether lorry could go or not. Very narrow, because they wanted to preserve the ancient history, architecture. It's something really marvelous. To preserve ancient history, hats off to them. The buildings are retained as they have been all through. Buildings are retained, where Indira Gandhi studied, where Jawaharlal Nehru studied, where Sir Isaac Newton studied. Buildings are retained as they are. The classrooms also. But the roads are very, very narrow. Therefore there are two roads, man. Broad, wide road and another narrow road. So difficult to pass through. Therefore, the Holy Bible says, many prefer to go through that broad way, highway. Many people don't prefer to pass through this narrow way. This narrow way is the spiritual path. This narrow way is a difficult path. This narrow way is a tough path. This narrow way is a challenging, testing. Broad way, comfortable. Many people go by that way. We have chosen this. If anyone says, I am tired, you can ask me, who asked you to sit there? Who asked you to sit there? No, you have chosen to be here. You wanted to be here. It is your desire, your merit, His grace brought you here. There is no reason to complain. If anyone complains, means ignorance. Because you are brought here, Baba. You are chosen to be here. And you prayed to be here. You have been praying and praying to be here. Having come here, I am tired. Who can help you? Who can help you? Therefore, my friends, let us understand we are treading along the narrow path, which is tough, testing, challenging, but worth it. But worth it. Because diamonds are sold there in a shop located on the 10th floor. Fish are available on the ground floor. Would you like to buy fish? Because available ground floor. No. It's worth it. Go to the 10th floor and buy diamonds. Lift may not be functioning. Diamond is more valuable. Therefore, my friends, the narrow path, though tough, it is worth it. It is clearly said. Matthew 7th chapter, 13th verse. Enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. And many enter through it. Many accidents Broadway. Narrow way, no accident, because nobody goes there. No traffic. Conveniently go. Orthopedic surgeons will not have any practice. Narrow way. No accidents. Broadway, hospital is fully busy. Accidents and incidents. Therefore, the spiritual path is all safe, but yet it is challenging according to the gospel, according to Matthew, which I wanted to share with you. Well, okay, sir, our question is this: how do you say that he traveled through this successfully? How do you say that? Supposing we are passing through the narrow path, how do you say it's the correct path? How do you say it's the right path? How do you say? Your face is an expression. Look at the faces of people, particularly rich, particularly those in power. Their face is never happy. They never smile. They have forgotten smile as their bank balance is increasing. And political leaders, they never laugh. Even if they laugh, it is plastic, artificial, synthetic laughter. So, peaceful life, blissful life, that's what Swami was telling yesterday. Peaceful life, blissful life is more important than rich life, luxurious life, extravagant life, a life of power and position. No. Peaceful life, blissful life. So those of us who are traveling along the narrow path, though troublesome, though cumbersome, though inconvenient, it is worth it because we are going to be blissful. My friends, we'll be meeting next week again to share few more thoughts from the Holy Bible coinciding with the celebration of Holy Christmas. Thank you very much for your presence and thank you. Asato ma sargamaya Soma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्साई बाबा जी की जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्साई बाबा जी की जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्साई बाबा जी की. Thank you.